So it's been literally a year since my last video on 𝙬�verd𝙜, and since then it's been dead quiet. There'll be some sneak peeks posted here and there, but nothing about the open beta everyone was waiting for. And this would be the trend for the months that follow, until November when the radio silence finally broke, and we got an update on the situation in this massive thread. And since then, the dev team has been pretty transparent, and we even got a small gameplay teaser on the game's 5th year anniversary. But I know a lot of people are still wondering, what's going on with ABD 4.0? 80% of the player base probably don't even know what ABD 4.0 is, because they aren't in the Discord, or are even confusing ABD 4.0 with ABDR. So to get everyone up to speed, ABD 4.0 is basically a massive update, instead of a brand new game like ABDR was. ABDR had really bad development. They were in development hell, and for some reason they only had one scripter who was also 13 at the time. Development got so bad the head dev of ABDR started working in the AAT New Universe rather than working in ABDR. Anyway, 4.0 is done completely from scratch and aims to rework and revamp everything, while keeping the same feel and charm as the ABD we know and love, fixing its problems and improving certain mechanics as well. Almost every stand is going to be reworked, except for Magician's Thread, Shadow of the World, and Star Platinum, which are all stands that have recently been reworked already, although they might receive some new moves and changes. And yeah, Shadow of the World did get a rework. A lot of you guys probably don't even know, because there was literally no videos on it at all, and the game's still really dead. Mobile support is also confirmed. New game modes are planned, fishing is also confirmed. M1s are also getting a rework, and don't worry, the game won't turn into an M1 simulator. They don't stun. Some stands will even have unique M1s. There will be new obtainment methods and evolutions as well. We also know that some new stands are releasing. So far we know Mandem, Earth, Wind and Fire, Wonder Review, Josephumi Soft and Wet, and White Album are confirmed. Oh, and all ban data will be reverted, so everyone that was banned could actually play the game. There's been a lot of confusion and frustration about the open beta. Some devs were even saying it has been cancelled, and people just wanted to know what was going on, and why development has been so slow. We got an official response from 𝙬𝙳, who is now the head dev of ABD. They said the reason why development has been slow is because they had to redo 4.0 many times. This was because of their negligence as a dev team. So the open beta isn't cancelled, it's just been delayed. They were also scared, and honestly fair enough. ABD was a big game with many eyes on it. People consider it the father of all JoJo games on Roblox. A lot of people have lost hope with broken promises like Ultimate Lifeform, Green Day, and ABDR, but still, it isn't a reason not to just say anything. As a community, we should know what's going on. Developer transparency is a must for any game, and it seems as though they've learnt from this mistake, as 𝙬𝙳 and the rest of the dev team have done a fantastic job of being transparent recently. We also need to keep in mind that ABD's dev team is pretty small. They don't have a Chinese sweatshop lineup worth of devs like AAT New Universe had in development. But in all seriousness, ABD's dev team is small, but they are all very talented and passionate about ABD. Rewriting an entire game from scratch also takes a lot of time, but it seems as though they've done with all the framework and are now focusing on reworking stands and mechanics. Take that with a grain of salt, I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to scripting. 4.0 was also considered just a passion project when it first began. They didn't understand the true scope of it until later on, but they have since brought together a new dev team and have begun to push this project into a higher priority. 𝙬�verd𝙜's management has been very questionable. There was the whole 𝙤𝙀 speech about how we live in a society or whatever, and the even more notorious Chang document, Throne of the Thorns. Well, let's not get into that. A lot of the alleged problems within the staff team are gone, and we're now pretty much left with only the people who genuinely have a passion for ABD. Unfortunately, the original head dev of ABD 4.0, 𝙢𝙪𝙨𝙞, who's been a long-time ABD dev, has recently stepped down as head dev due to personal issues, as they've passed down the role to 𝙬𝙳, who's been heavily active and clearly passionate since the early days of 4.0. A worthy head dev in my opinion. But without 𝙢𝙪𝙨, we wouldn't even have ABD 4.0. So everyone, thank 𝙢𝙪𝙨 for his service. It's clear that the dev team is hardworking and passionate for ABD's future. There are a bunch of talented scripters, SFX and VFX artists, and animators. The future looks bright for 4.0. So, in conclusion,
what I will ask you though is, can you give me one more day? I'm not asking you for a week, I'm not asking you for a month, I'm not asking you for a year. Can you give one more day.